HipHopMatrixShow. It's time for that sports report with this guy, DJ Academics.
That's right. So the news has hit that the New York Knicks I said the Knicks because basically, I mean, that's what they play like. But they're attempting to trade Carmelo Anthony to the Cavs for Kevin Love. Do you think that's a good trade?
No, and I'm glad that the Cavs denied that trade because if I was LeBron, I don't care how much Carmelo Anthony is my guy. I'm not going to trade him for Melo because you going to know why? Melo's going to play about as much defense as I play in the NBA. None.
But does Kevin Love play defense?
Yeah, he do. He play better than Melo.
Does he, or does he just get rebound?
That's still better than Melo. Melo ain't going down the paint at all, man.
He be down in the paint. Melo can play D, man. And when he feel like it, he play D probably like.
He plays it with his son in the backyard.
He played D probably about 4 possessions a game. No,
Melo ain't played defense since he was like 13, living in Baltimore. Like he hasn't, dog. We'll give it up.
Wow, I mean that was pretty harsh, but anyway, they're trying to, and also people are getting sick of Phil Jackson. You think it's time for Phil to leave New York?
I think New York should get what they should take in what they got, man. Y'all was excited about Phil Jackson because he was returning home, and if you do your little research, Phil Jackson was not like a star player on that Knicks team that actually won in the championship back in the 70s. So he wasn't bringing any magic back. Like
he was definitely on the bench, but. Phil's greatness is coaching.
Not in managing.
No, it's not in managing.
Yeah, so he wasn't going to be the coach, so I don't know what they were so excited about.
He can manage the floor. Manage a roster is
He can't manage payrolls.
Yeah, payrolls, that's pretty big difference.
But here's the thing, though. Melo got that clause in his contract where
you can't trade him unless he's okay.
He wants to, so he must want to leave, right? That's what I'm saying. If you looking at options that you going to go to Cleveland, he must want to leave.
He must want a ring.
I mean, I'm not mad at him for that because he ain't going to get one in New York. He's not.
But you think he could probably go there as a free agent, though, and he would be the Durant to the Cavaliers.
Come on, Cleveland? Go there as a free agent? I mean, well, LeBron is already bitching about how the owner is not coughing up enough money, and the dude coughed up $50 million last year. So I don't know how much more money he want Dan Gilbert to cough up, but Gilbert got the money. The boy pretty much owned Detroit.
So if they got to keep Kevin Love and get Melo,
who's riding the bench? Who's riding the bench, though? That's the question.
All 4 of them playing.
I mean, but who's the 5th person that's going to ride the bench, though?
Who's the 5th person that's going to ride the bench? What do you mean?
On Cleveland. I'm saying
they're
starting 5.
Their starting 5 would be Kyrie, LeBron, Melo, Love, and whoever at center.
So you're going to put Kevin Love as power forward?
No, Kevin Love will probably be the center. Melo will probably...
Kevin Love a center?
Melo, you will put Melo at the 4. And
he can't play 4, man.
Yeah, he can. He can play 4 on offense.
I mean, LeBron plays point damn near sometimes.
LeBron will probably be the 2 to 3. Melo will be the 4. And it'll be a miscellaneous player just plugged in anywhere.
I don't know how that's going to work. I don't. But, hey, shout out to them if it can, man.
I think it will work. I think it will be a good look. And also onto the football side. All right, the age-old bet and the question for the Pro Bowl. Who do you think is going to be the first person to take off their shoulder pads on the sideline?
The Pro Bowl is the wackest ish that comes on TV. Those guys play about 0 defense like Carmelo, and they don't do nothing. It's a waste of TV energy and time.
But here's the thing with football, because it's such a physical sport, nobody wants to get hurt in an all-star game. That means really nothing for their career. It's kind of just it's great to make it. It's great, but you can't get rid of the game.
Just have a little special little side things that they do. Get rid of the game.
You can't get rid of the game. They have done things to make it more competitive. They've put more money up for the winner of the game, and they've talked to the players, and they've had CBA meetings. They've had collective bargaining agreement meetings about getting rid of the game or not, and they've done certain things. I mean, to make it more competitive.
The only thing I'm glad about the Pro Bowl is that it finally comes before the Super Bowl. Remember a few years ago, it used to come after the Super Bowl. Like I agree that the Super Bowl should be the last image of football we see.
I don't know. I actually like that. I used to like it when it was after the Super Bowl, because then everybody that legitimately made it was in the game, instead of you got people, because of the players that made the Pro Bowl that are in the Super Bowl, now you got default players making an All-Star game.
Whatever, man. It's a trash event on TV. I'd rather watch hockey All-Star game. Yeah. And I don't know none of them.
Hockey All-Star, man, I don't know. Ain't nobody. I don't watch that either. But, I mean.
We so stereotyped.
But you can definitely point to the oldest players. I mean, Ben Roethlisberger, he'll take his pads off pretty quick. All right. Who else we got on this on the AFC side of things?
I can't believe we're actually discussing the Pro Bowl.
Yeah,
I can't believe we're actually going into detail about the Pro Bowl. You know what I mean? I can't believe that. The Super Bowl is coming up, and we're going into details about the Pro Bowl.
Yeah, Carlos Dunlap, he's taking off his pads pretty quick.
For what? We don't care.
He's not
It's
playing
a trash game.
It's not a trash game.
I'd rather watch
It's
tight
the best,
football.
It's the best of the best in football. The best bodies the football has to show. They just don't have a reason to play at their top level. That's all. That's just it in a nutshell. But you can't get rid of the game because you just can't. You can't get rid of the game.
Trash, bro.
You can't, that's why they moved it from Honolulu. I liked it actually when it was in. Well, I'm sure the players and everybody liked it when it was in Hawaii, but
Where are they now?
it's in Orlando this year.
Who cares?
But what I did like though, I liked they need to put it in the same city as the Super Bowl. That way, it's a 2-week event. Like with that one, the first year they brought it back from Hawaii when it was in Miami, and the Super Bowl was in Miami too. So it was like a 2-week thing in Miami. Whereas though you had the Pro Bowl one week and then you had the Super Bowl the next week.
But it's not like the NBA where people travel to the NBA All-Star game. Nobody wants to go to the Pro Bowl game, but they're side chicks. Dudes be taking their wives and families from the NFL to their Pro Bowl game. It's not like the NFL All-Star game where everybody go down there and we all have a good old time that we don't ever want to talk about.
Nobody's getting hurt at the end. There's no risk of. I mean, that you can always get hurt, but I mean, there's no real risk of injury at an NBA All-Star game.
Not an NBA All-Star game, but the events itself, the NBA All-Star game is way more exciting of a weekend than Pro Bowl weekend. And you talking about it's going to be like a 2-week weekend of fun in Miami. Like Miami needs help.
Hey, I mean, I got nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the Sports Report. Follow me on Twitter, IG, all that, DJ, a.k.a. DEMIKS.
Trash, son.
Do you really know what pressure